You've heard that expression that somebody's sharing a brain, two people who are so close, they don't need to talk to be able to communicate. But what happens when the bond between those two people is tested? That's the question that's asked by Starbreeze's brothers, and the answer is one of the most moving games I've played this year. Brothers takes place in a beautiful fantasy world. It's sort of halfway between the brothers Hildebrand and Albion, if you're familiar with the Fable series. We've got two brothers, Little and Big. They have one thing in common besides being related, and that's that they have to find a cure for their father, who's come down with some sort of mystery ailment. We don't really know the nature of it. What we know is that they have to set off across this beautiful, dangerous country to find the one thing that can cure their father. So they leave their picturesque village without any weapons to speak of or any resource other than each other to try to find a cure. I know what you're thinking. It sounds like a cooperative game, and you'd be right, but this is actually a single-player-only experience. You control Big Brother with the left thumbstick and Little Brother with the right. It sounds simplistic, but getting two people to move independently of each other with your two hands, who are pretty comfortable with just one person, is quite a hurdle, especially at the beginning. But it's an important one, because learning to control these two brothers simultaneously is kind of an incredible mechanical representation of two people learning to work together. It's a really interesting idea, using mechanics to tell a story, or at least support a story. We see a lot of games trying to be movies, but Brothers is something closer to a poem. This isn't a concrete story that's being told. It's more about the emotions that are being represented, and those emotions are being communicated through controls. It's not a long game. It's maybe 3 hours, but it packs more into that time than a lot of games 2 or 3 times its length. It's constantly introducing new gameplay ideas and then abandoning them after they've served their purpose. And this game really does reward playing through it a bit slower. You're going to uncover these little interactions. Like in one case, I found a woman with a broom. When I pressed the interaction trigger, Big Brother tried to help her with the sweeping, and Little Brother showed off and he tried to balance the broom on his hand. They're little things, but they speak volumes about these characters without ever using a word. And those are the sorts of things you're going to find if you slow down and really enjoy the experience. It's not a flawless experience. There's some animation hitchiness, and more troublingly, the game turns its sole female character into a wedge between the brothers. So it's unfortunate to see such an innovative game fall back on such an antiquated sort of contrivance. But taken as a whole, I really can't recommend this enough. It pushes forward the idea of what games can do, or at least it did for me, and I've been playing video games for a long time. In the last moments of Brothers, I was moved to tears by pulling a trigger. And if there's a better endorsement I can give to this game or any game, I honestly can't think of what it is.